Hey everyone, this is Anti-Millennial's Guide here, and today we're actually going to focus on some of the basics of personal finance in your 20s. And before I even go into that, let me start by saying that this is geared towards people that are generally starting off on this journey, right? That don't have a ton of money, you could say, for those that are a bit broke. But yeah, I think this should apply to the majority of people in their young 20s, to most millennials, given the situation that I think a lot of us are in. But basically, in terms of building wealth, it's not just about how much income you have, it's not just about how much money you're actually bringing in from the job that you have, but rather about what you're doing with the money that you're actually making. So really there's, to start off from the bare basics, there's two general categories of finances, right? There are assets and there are liabilities. So with assets, these are things that you can put your money into that are going to appreciate, right? So in other words, a good example of an asset would be a stock, it would be real estate, it would be some sort of collector's item. It could be an account that generates some sort of positive interest, like a CV account, for example, just to name a couple things. Liabilities are things that are gradually decreasing in value and areas where you can put your money where basically you will make less money over time. Just to make it really simple and to start from the bare basics. Now, if you're like me and probably a lot of other millennials based on the statistics, I'm guessing that you probably have credit card debt. And assuming you've had that debt for a while and you haven't had a ton of time to build good credit, you don't have any real assets, you don't own real estate and whatnot, I'm guessing that you have a generally higher interest rate on this credit card debt. Now, when you're starting off and you're trying to build wealth, before you even go into, there's all this stuff online about, starting in the stock market, getting involved in real estate, putting your money into, investments and, just venture capital and all that kind of stuff, right? And that's really geared toward a group of people that already have a substantial amount of wealth, not to mention that don't have a ton of liabilities. Now, looking at student loan debt, which again, I'm sure a lot of you have, even if you have generally higher interest rate student loans, this kind of debt has a generally lower interest rate relative to, let's say, credit card debt, right? So, and not to mention there are programs in place for forgiveness and whatnot. I don't advise that you focus on this too much, although if you have extra money and extra income, do of course try to pay this off. But first off, if you have credit card debt, typical credit card debt for someone in their 20s generally has an APR interest rate of between 15 and as high as 30% for some of these credit cards, for some of the bad ones, right? So before you even start putting your money into any sort of assets, definitely put all that you can into paying down that credit card debt. Let's say that you're looking at, let's say your company has something like an employee stock purchase program, right? Even if it's a really good one and you can get, maybe let's say a 15% discount or whatnot, and you're getting a 20% return on the stock because it's performing marvelously. Even assuming that that's true, you're still going to get a better and more consistent guaranteed rate of return simply by paying down these high interest credit cards that are taking money from you no matter what. The amount that you save will generally be greater than the amount that you earn by investing in these things that are bringing about interest by putting your money into assets, right? And not to mention, generally the money that you get from assets like stocks is then taxed, so you get a capital gains tax on that, whether it's short-term or long-term. Point being, first things first, personal finance in your 20s, get rid of that credit card debt. It's going to hold you back, it's going to stop you from building wealth that's going to make your life a hell of a lot easier for the rest of your life. So just real quick here, if you liked the video, go ahead and subscribe to it. I will definitely be trying to do more videos like this, as well as more just life hacks, emotional intelligence oriented videos. Thanks everyone, and see you next time.